Morning,
Sir, sorry sir. Good evening sir, good evening sir.
Semua sihat.
Alhamdulillah sir. You look very good sir.
Alright, so a couple of days ago, I proposed a plan to you guys about conquering Japan economically.
Yes sir.
So today I want to hear what you guys have for me, starting from the background of Japan. So, what do you have for me?
So, sir, for background of Japan, this is what I have sir. Hear me out.
Alright.
Come here sir. I've got something for you sir. In the 3 decades of economic development following 1960s, rapid economic growth, referred to as the Japanese post-war economical growth, occurred. By the guidance of Japanese Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, with average growth rates of 10% in the 1960s, 5% in the 70s, and 4% in the 80s. A long-time global economic power and Western ally, Japan has had a history of revolving door leadership in recent years. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, in office since 2012 and elected to a historic third term in October 2017. The government's Abenomics policy has made a dent in deflation, but demographic decline caused by a low birth rate and an aging, shrinking population poses a major long-term economic challenge. The country's GDP is currently at 5.4 trillion US dollar, with its population of 126.7 million people. It is the third largest in the world by nominal GDP and the fourth largest by purchasing power parity, and is the world's second largest developed economy. The Japanese yen is the third most traded currency in the world and the most heavily traded currency in Asia. Due to its relatively low interest rate, the Japanese yen is often used in carry trades with the Australian dollar and the US dollar. So that's all I have sir for background of Japan economics.
Okay. Right, thanks to my assistant, Afif.
Yes sir.
Now I have a complete background of Japan's economy. Now, I want to hear about the unemployment rate of Japan in a way to strengthen our plan.
So the unemployment rate, sir, I have the task.
Wait sir.
This is the data of an unemployment rate of Japan.
Wow.
Starting in 2009, Japan unemployment rate goes down by each year until 2018. It is caused by the swiftly aging population, means less workers, and due to increase of wages to fit the faster inflation. The 2018 unemployment rate is the lowest that have been recorded in 24 years. The formation of government structure boosts women and elderly citizens to work again by effectively attract an extra 920,000 new workers to the labor force. The number of citizens entering the workforce has been steadily climbing, although the prime working population has decreased for 61 consecutive months. Japan is considered as full employment of its labor force. The 30% of the population that around 65 to 69 years old currently working, and the total of labor force is 65,600,000. When it comes to economic being factor, Japan is one of the leading countries for its unemployment rate that is lower than, for example, other major industrial and emerging countries. The Japanese workaholics is renowned worldwide. It is strong commitment to the company and to the task at hand. Risk among co-workers and consistency to the company are common and inspired. Working hours and overtime work is said to be extreme. Karoshi is the term of sudden death from being overworked in Japanese language.
Alright, Nice information regarding the unemployment rate of Japan. Now I have a better picture on how to conquer them. Well, now I need information regarding about the inflation rate.
Boss, I've done my research regarding the inflation rate of Japan. Okay. How about you have a look at it? Here are the details.
Wow.
Regarding the data, Japan was ranked first in the world from 2009 to 2012 for yearly inflation rate. In 2013 and 2014, Japan was ranked 10th in the world. Japan was ranked second in the world for the yearly inflation rate in 2016 and 17. Japan was back in rank 1 in the world in 2018. What is the cause of Japan's inflation rate? Causes of Japan's inflation rate are cost push and demand pull. Japan has been dealing with deflation for a long period of time. Decrease in money supply, rising in supply of goods, falling in demand of goods, and growth in the demand for money are the main causes of deflation. There are two types of deflation: benign deflation and malign deflation. Japan is facing malign deflation. Malign deflation is the lack of aggregate demand, has reflective implications on economic activity, economic policy, business planning, and wage bargain.
Alright, it seems that we've gathered all the economics problem on Japan, but have they overcome all the problems they have faced in the past decades? Please elaborate.
Yes, sir. I've gathered all the information on how they overcome their problems. Wait, sir. Let me take it from my file. Here they are, sir.
Currently, the Bank of Japan is trying to achieve the 2% price stability target. The bank is now trying to raise people's inflation expectations and overcome deflation. It is clear from the results of past policies that deflationary sentiment that has been embedded under protected deflation cannot be easily dispelled. For example, the US New Deal policy of the 1930s and the Takahashi economic policy, named after the finance minister who took the initiative, were implemented. Therefore, to convert people's deflationary expectations and raise their expected rates of inflation, it is necessary to demonstrate the bank's strong resolution and commitment toward overcoming deflation and to The country also have to make the conversion of expectations happen under a zero lower bound for nominal interest rates. Taking these points into account, at the monetary policy meeting, the bank introduced the unprecedented large-scale monetary easing policy of the QQE. It was a policy upon strongly committing to achieve the 2% price stability target with a time horizon of about 2 years in mind, to increase the monetary base by an unprecedented amount of 60 to 70 trillion yen to underpin the commitment. As a result, the monetary base will be doubled in 2 years. In addition, aiming to achieve the 2% price stability target, the bank committed to continuing with the QQE as long as it is necessary for maintaining the target in a stable manner. The country considered that such combination would raise people's inflation expectations in a forward-looking manner. We also assumed that as a result, if actual price start to increase, that would affect inflation expectations in a backward-looking manner as well. And with an increase in the number of people who believe in the bank's commitment, the forward-looking influence will also be strengthened. To be more specific about the transmission mechanism of the QQE, 3 transmission channels are assumed containing interest rates and risk premiums through massive asset purchases, portfolio rebalancing, and raising inflation expectations.
Alright, based on the information given to me, I can conclude that Japan has a steady economy.
Yes.
Yes.
The people there are always hardworking and always give a strong commitment to the company and to the task at hand.
Yeah.
That is why Japanese are workaholics.
Yep.
They always work overtime and are said to be very extreme when it comes to work. Besides that, Japan inflation rate is also in a good result, which is 0.2% inflation rate in 2019. Moreover, about the Japan's monetary policy, the BOJ is expected to continue implementing current easing as long as CPI fails to hit 2.0%. And because of their monetary policy, their unemployment rate has dropped to 2.3% from 2.5% in February 2019 from the previous month, while markets had expected higher percent. Meanwhile, the jobs to applicants ratio remain unchanged and in line with consensus. That means they are in good control of their unemployment rate. Finally, from all we can get from above, they have a good strategy to maintain and improving their economy in the future. Okay, that is all for today. Let's conclude our meeting here.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street.